So by now, you know the plant is spiritual technology, and you know the war on the plant was built on lies. But let's talk about now, 2025. Why is legalization still crawling? The plant has been medically accepted in most states. It's legally recreationally in almost half the country. But federally, it's still labeled as Schedule 1, meaning no accepted medical use and high potential for abuse. Same tier as heroin and meth. Let that sink in. You'd think by now, with all the research, public demand, and proven benefit, descheduling would be a no-brainer. But it's not happening. Here's why. If they fully legalize the plant, they have to admit they were wrong. Not just wrong, but deadly wrong. They'd have to say we criminalized generations of people for something that heals. They'd have to face millions of lives destroyed by prison time, stigma, and family separation. And they'd have to answer for the billions in pharmaceutical profits they protected by keeping people from this plant. That's not just a law change, that's a systematic collapse. So instead, they stall, they study it more, they propose frameworks, they talk about safe access, but behind the scenes, they're trying to figure out how to legalize it without having to acknowledge their own crimes. It's not about the plant, it's about optics, it's about reputation, it's about control, just like everything else in this simulation. And here's the other layer. Even as they move forward with legalization, they want to do it on their terms. Licensing fees, regulations, limited access. They don't want people growing their own medicine. They want people buying boxed, barcoded, government-approved florals from a chain dispensary like it's fucking Starbucks. Give me a break. Why? Because they still want to cut, they still want the control, and they still want to frame themselves as the heroes and not the villains. That's why the legalization feels stuck, because the Matrix doesn't know how to admit it was wrong without exposing the whole freaking system. In part 4, I'll show you how to use the plant as a sacred tool it was always meant to be, without falling into the same loops the system wants you trapped in. See you in part 4.